Good morning. Very good morning to all of you. Today we are going to discuss a particular task, and that is a discussion task. We do have two opposing arguments here, which is highlighted in the green is the question. Now, we do have the first part. Something government spending on infrastructure, that's transport, housing, etc., is considered the most important for a nation, while others believe that education, health, and HR values to be more important areas for government expenditure. Discuss both views and give your opinion. Okay, so what exactly the question is asking you is there, it's about the spending of government. The first part is the spending on infrastructure. The second part is about the spending on education, health, and HR values. Now we have to have an a discussion from the third party discussion. So we have to analyze from outside why the people are saying that infrastructural development is more important. On the other side, why people are telling that education, health, and HR values are more important in case of the public expenditure. So first of all, we need to extract the topic from the question. The topic from the question is extracted and presented in the first part of the introduction. So there is a topic in the question, a topic which is the base of the discussion or debate or controversy. So there, of course, we do have an argument. We have argument number one and argument number two. On what we do have an argument, and that is that argument topic. The argument topic is to be extracted from the question and is to be presented there in the first sentence of the introduction, and it is presented well. Distribution of fund from periodic budgets of a country is always a topic of debate, and this is the topic which we are going to discuss. And this is a topic where the argument is based on. Now, when we see the second sentence, we just presented the argument as it is. The argument is presented as it is, but in a different structure. From the question, I have extracted and presented the argument in a different form, not in the same form which you see in the question. And we have given our preliminary opinion. I think the first option has more tangible benefit. We didn't have any explanation there. We just explained. We just said, okay, I do have to agree to the first particular view. I did. Now I have presented both the arguments in an objective way. So here is the importance of spending money on service sector like education, health, and HR values. So this is something. The primary reason why people suggest spending money on education, health, and HR values is that they consider it as most cardinal. Why these people consider it as most cardinal? Because they believe only an educated individual can render more professional services to the society. Examples are given for the such professions such as teaching, medicine, science, and engineering, where the professionals such as teachers, doctors, scientists, and engineers, they are considered providing invaluable services to the society for the overall development of the society. And we do have, it is similarly, it is responsibility of the government to reduce the size of the morbid population. You know that it's not only education, it's also health. you have to reduce the size of the morbid population. It means you have to reduce the number of the people who are ill. So this is what you have to see there. Why? Because as the number of morbid people decreases, the productivity of the country will be increasing. So this is what you can see there. And this is same in the case of HR values. So we have said education, we have said health, and this is same in the case of HR values, because a country needs agile, educated workforce to strengthen its economy. I need to give importance to the HR values too. Now, let me move on to the second part. So we have discussed three matters here. One is education, the one is health, and the third one is the HR values. As we have seen there, these are the services, these are the service sector, which the second group suggests that the more important should be given by the government. So we have had a discussion on that just now. On the other hand, others believe that when money is spent on infrastructure, it produces the best desired outcome. So when money is spent on infrastructure, what happens? Wider and quality roads is essential for the public, and so the construction of buildings. We have seen these two things as examples. We need to have wider, smoother roads, and we need to have good buildings to accommodate schools, hospitals, to accommodate the scientific research. So it's an essential thing. So without roads, bridges, without these infrastructural facilities, you cannot function properly, and it's very much essential there. Unlike the money spent on other isolated sectors like education, when money is spent on infrastructure, it benefits a greater proportion of population. So when you see that the money is spent on isolated sectors like education, it benefits only the students. If you spend on HR values, it benefits only the workforce. If you spend on health, it benefits only the morbid population. So when you are spending on infrastructure like roads, the construction of roads, the construction of big hospitals, or the construction of buildings, I'm giving importance of to construct mobile towers, that is the towers which helps you to have the communication proper. So these are physical structures that you are building, without which you cannot provide the service. So you can provide service, but it won't be that much effective. So I need good roads to provide the people good service. I need good buildings or good hospitals or good hospital buildings to provide better treatment for the patients. I need good telecommunication devices, good mobile towers to have effective communication. So almost all the service sector are directly related to these types of infrastructure. So before, when a war comes, what the enemy targets is that they destroys the main roads, bridges, and key buildings. So this, and one more thing is the power supply. So when these infrastructures are destroyed, It can have a great impact on the people. It can make governments to surrender. So this is something which is very tangible. When we spend when we spend some money on these particular things, it's very tangible. So that's what we have said in this thing. Another point to be considered is that without a good infrastructure, education and health facilities such as schools and hospitals would not be effective as expected. So we can provide better schools, better education, and better medical service if we have good infrastructure. If we don't have, we won't be having that much effective service in the service sector. And in my opinion, the primary focus of any government should be on providing competent infrastructure to its citizens with which they can excel in other sectors more effectively. Okay, so my opinion is that this is the area that the government should give primary importance. So, and if they give this, if they give importance to this, they can make other sectors function more smooth. Now, to conclude, though it is inevitable for any government to spend a sizable proportion of its revenue on services like education, health, and HR values, there is no problem in doing that. We have to spend money on education. We have to spend money on health, HR, values. All these things are inevitable. It's essential. But I believe infrastructural development should be given slightly more focus than the others. So the area which we have to give is more focus on infrastructure, and you have to give importance to the service sector like education, health, and all, but you have to give primary importance, you have to give on infrastructure. And this is what you have presented here. And this is a rational presentation, and you can present this matter in a different way. So you can say, as the opinion differs, if you have points, what you can do is that you can say education, health, and HR values, spending money on these things are more important than infrastructure. You can prove the other way too if you have points. So it's up to the person who is writing this particular essay. And I believe you can present in both way, and you can present in another way. The third option is that I can say that both should go hand in hand. And I think that is the best way to do that. So money should be spent on this particular area and this particular area. Both should go hand in hand. So you can write, you can align to one view or the opposite view if you have points as per the points. So two options are there. The third option is you can say both should go hand in hand. Both should be given importance. So you can present the essay in equal size. So that is the end of the explanation here. Thank you all.